Hi there, renovators. Another very special little episode coming to you today. We are in Cruikshank Street, Port Melbourne. It's a very, very special place for me. I grew up for 10 years just down the road. I ended up buying this home here, number 76. Lived in it for 4.5 years. Had my 2 children in here. Bought it for $970,000. Sold it for $2.1 million within 4.5 years. And this is how I did it. Okay, so this, guys, is a 4-bedroom townhouse in the heart of Port Melbourne, basically a suburb in Melbourne, very close to the water, very close to the city. In my eyes, probably one of the best value suburbs in the world. So close to the city, so close to the water, 4-bedroom home. I knew I really couldn't go wrong. Bought it at auction. Vendor wanted about $1 million. I wanted to pay no more than $900,000. I was the only bidder on the day, and when you're the only bidder on the day, you're the only one there that gets to negotiate with the vendor, which is what I did. I think we ended up at a price around $970,000, which I still, in my eyes, thought was good value. I didn't just think it was good value because it was just a price that you pay for a property. I thought it was good value because inside it didn't need a lot of expensive renovation work. So one of the things that I just wanted to get into a little bit in this particular episode was the way that we sold this place. When you are selling a property, you're always best off, in my eyes, doing a little bit of review and a little bit of homework as to who is the best agent in your area. Who's going to be the best agent to sell your property? In other words, get you the best price, the best result. Now, some agents out there, they might deal in apartments, some of them might deal in townhouses, they might specialise in family homes. In this particular instance, I did some research about who was the best agent that was getting the best prices for 4-bedroom homes. And what I found was there was one particular agent in this area, which was Marshall White in Port Melbourne at that particular time. I believe the agent was Justin Holland. And he was the only agent in the area that had sold properties over $2 million. And the result that I felt for this 4-bedroom home, although I'd had 2 valuations on it saying that both of the properties both times were worth $1.7 to $1.8 million, I felt that a 4-bedroom home in this particular location could crack the $2 million mark. So I looked for the agent that had got me that result, or that had previously gotten that result for other clients, and I had a meeting with him. And he said, look, I think I can get you what you want. I'm the only agent in this area that sold properties over $2 million. And I said, well, I don't want to market the property. Do you have somebody that can buy it from us off market? And he said, well, I think so. I think there's some people there that would be prepared to pay the price. So I'm happy to give them a call. Within 30 days, in fact it was within 2 weeks, he'd had an offer for me of $2 million in writing from pretty much my next door neighbour. So what I'm saying is, when you are selling your property, you've got to be right on to who's going to be the best person for the job. And there's a number of ways that you can do it. You can look at the clearance rates in the newspapers. You can look at the websites to find out who your best agent is. Rate My Agent's another very, very good tool to find out exactly who's going to be the best person to get you the best price for your particular property. Now, as I say, the asset classes are different. Are you selling an apartment? Are you selling a townhouse? Are you selling a family home? Are you selling something for a downsizer? Are you selling something for an upcomer? Are you selling something for people that don't have kids, that don't need backyards and whatnot? So you do that bit of research and you'll find that it'll be easy to get top dollar. If you're selling through an agent who's a bit of a weekender, if you like, in other words, he or she is a weekend agent that only works on weekends. It doesn't really, they're not really in the thick of it. They don't have the intel. They don't have the buyer network that wants to give you the right results. Then they're not the agent for you. They might be a good agent and you might get lucky, but ultimately you want the best in the business that's on the street. And that's exactly what happened to me in this particular instance. And that's why we got the result that we got.